And breaking this afternoon at 4, Louisiana rapper Mystikal pleaded guilty to third-degree rape charges moments ago. Thank you for joining us here at 4. I'm Tisha Powell.
What's a third-degree rape?
Mystikal now faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. Rapper Mystikal, whose legal name is Michael Tyler, was arrested in 2022 on rape and domestic abuse charges. The judge in the case ordered a pre-sentence investigation before the sentencing, which is set for June 16th. Tyler faced similar charges back in 2004 for sexually assaulting his hairstylist. He would end up spending 6 years behind bars and labeled a registered sex offender.
What is up with these dudes? Anyway, let's see how he got here.
Ascension Parish deputies arrested Michael Tyler, also known as Mystikal. He's facing several charges, including first-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery, and false imprisonment.
Damn.
A woman claims she was raped, robbed, and held against her will by a man whose fame did not provide him any favors. Tonight, Mystikal sits in the Ascension jail accused of charges that could put him away for life if he's convicted.
To my baby,
it's crazy.
And my little babies, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry that things went the way they went. I'm sorry I broke down the way I did. And I want you to know that I'm sorry. I regret that. And
first at 6 o'clock, Mystikal, a well-known rapper on the wrong side of the law tonight, his third rape arrest over the past 2 decades.
He didn't show
The third, so essentially, allegedly, he's a serial raper. This is really crazy, considering his position and the lifestyle he had been able to lead. I just think it's so crazy this is baffling to me. And I like to hear y'all say something about how they're framing him was the man or something like that. This is crazy.
the victim any sympathy, and he doesn't get any sympathy or special treatment.
Right, what really happened?
By now, it's widely known that Mystikal is no stranger to legal trouble. With a handful of charges, he is currently held without bail at Ascension Parish Prison. In this video, we'll break down what really went down in his cases and try to clear up any confusion. Stick around as we explore his
Because it was like great. Was it like jump out the bushes great?
run-ins with the law. Let's jump right in.
I debut beating boy band groups. Better let me know what the hell y'all won't do. Either keep up or you can't.
On July 3rd, 2002, Mystikal placed a call to his 40-year-old hairstylist, asking her to meet up with him at his home.
He got the Janet Jackson braids. That should have told you right there he might be a graper. And he kept those long after they were popular. Those the old dogs with extensions in them.
In Baton Rouge, to do his braids. This was just a cover, as Mystikal had been suspecting financial misconduct from her, that she had been embezzling money from his bank account. When she arrived, Mystikal confronted her about the gaps in his bank account that amounted to $80,000. She started making up excuses, but they didn't add up. Mystikal became really frustrated and threatened to report her to the police if she didn't speak her truth. It was then that she admitted to cashing out unauthorized checks from his bank account.
And he decided, let me grape on you. Let's see. We're not going to pass judgment yet. Let's just see.
She was doing this for personal gain. Reasons for Mystikal's next move remain a mystery. Maybe he wanted to get her back for what she did. Maybe he saw it as an opportunity. He boxed her to two options. Either she was to have sex with him and they call it even, or get reported for the embezzlement of his funds. The woman...
Over $80,000? And he was willing to exchange this for that? Quid pro quo on 80 G's? You can keep your funky little box. I need my money.
Reported complying out of fear of legal repercussions. Mystikal then rang his two bodyguards, Leland Ellis and Carter, and told them to come over to the house. Mystikal then commanded Ellis to tape him, having sex with her. But while the camera was turned off, reports say he got aggressive with her. When the camera rolled back on, Ellis and Carter were seen getting involved, and she's seen performing oral sex. She felt violated. It was clear to the point that Mystikal, by the help of his attorney, Gary Harvey, had to get her to sign an affidavit, which is a...
But see, that's a weird... It probably isn't. I can hear a lot of y'all now trying to justify his position or whatever, but it's weird to even mix the two. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's nothing actual about her stealing, and to consider your advances as a punishment. First of all, if you thought they were a punishment, and to try to punish her that way shows a demented mind. That's just me. in my personal opinion. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that, but it just shows a demented mind to say, you know, sort of, I'll take it out of your ass sort of mentality. You feel me? Like actually take it out that. Anyway, go ahead.
Declaration that she consented to getting involved in group sex. This was a precautionary measure
It's crazy.
that came in handy in Mystikal's court hearing. On July 4th, she reported the incident to the police, but this was met by the signed affidavit. The woman, however, denied, saying she signed when she was in a state of confusion. Following these events, the police conducted a raid on Mystikal's residence, where they discovered the tape hidden in a safe. Subsequently, Mystikal, along with his two bodyguards, Carter and Ellis, were arrested in connection to the incident. On Thursday, July 18th, Mystikal was released on $250,000 bond and was to face mandatory life sentence in jail if convicted on the charge of aggravated rape.
I wonder what his goal was there. To humiliate her? To punish her with the Johnson? Like, what was your goal? If he wanted to punish, you should have called the cops, man. It's just that simple. Or just reported her. He said you could call the cops or you could do this. And these are all the, apparently he was convicted for this, but I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't there. Here we go.
Extortion charges, which was basically the blackmail,
Crazy,
carry
huh?
a maximum sentence of 15 years. Mystikal then got a new attorney, J. David Borland, who after numerous meetings with the state prosecutor, was able to whittle the charges down to sexual battery in exchange for a guilty plea. In early December 2003, David Borland filed a motion to retract Mystikal's previous guilty plea to charges of sexual battery and no contest to extortion. The no contest to extortion meant that Mystikal was neither admitting guilt nor contesting the charges. Essentially, it was a way for him to accept the punishment without officially admitting wrongdoing. The reason for this motion was the discovery that prosecutors had provided Judge Marabella with the videotape of the alleged sexual assault. Mystikal's lawyer felt that this new evidence could more negatively impact the case, leading him to seek the withdrawal of Mystikal's guilty plea. As part of their negotiation, the prosecutor agreed the tape would remain sealed and would not be admitted in the case as evidence.
Must have been
However,
bad.
When the judge asked to see the videotape, the prosecution gave it to him to view. I cannot say in good faith the state deceived us, but there may have been a misunderstanding. They said they were not going to use the tape to increase the sentence, and we took that to mean the tape would be held confidential forever. The state did not bring the tape up to the judge. He asked to see the tape before sentencing, Bourdain said.
Out the bell, cause that bitch gon' need it.
January 15th, 2004. Mystikal was sentenced to a 6-year prison term for sexual battery against his former hairstylist. The sentencing took into account Mystikal's 2 prior arrests for drug and gun possession earlier in his career. Judge Anthony also required Mystikal to register with the state as a sex offender. Under Louisiana state law, Mystikal was to be eligible for parole after 2 years behind bars. The judge criticized Mystikal's belief that he's above the law and that the plea deal spared him from a harsher sentence. Upon release, he was to face 5 years of probation with conditions, which, if he were to violate them, he would be going back in for up to 10 more years. Carter and Ellis also served 4 and 3 years respectively after pleading guilty. Surprisingly, Mystikal's second legal trouble was concurrent with the first, as when he was in prison, he faced 2 misdemeanor counts of failing to file tax returns for 1998 and 1999. The court, however, allowed him to serve the 1-year federal sentence concurrent with his 6-year state sentence. This denied him parole rights that he had after 2006, and so he went on to be released in 2010. After this, he thought the worst was behind him, and it was time to focus on his career, but 2 years later, he would be heading back to jail. February 22nd, 2012, Mystikal got into a heated argument with his domestic partner, leading to his arrest and a subsequent charge of domestic abuse battery, which basically means he used physical force or violence against her. The details of the argument are not provided, but this incident resulted in Mystikal being detained for 9 days before being released on bail. Later, on April 16th, he faced legal repercussions for violating the terms of his probation. Mystikal was sentenced to 3 months in jail, with credit given for the 9 days he had already served. This reduced his total confinement period to 81 days, and he began serving his sentence on May 14th at the East Baton Rouge Parish Jail. Around the time he left Cash Money Records, shortly after he would get arrested for another sexual assault.
When was he? He was with Cash Money for a minute? I didn't know that. I must have missed that little period.
2017. The story goes that on August 20th, 2017, Mystikal with a bunch of other people were hanging out. It was a small party and they were having a good time. The alleged victim in the charge, let's call her Serene, kept on ditching her boyfriend because she wanted to hang out with Mystikal the whole night.
We went to the show, we all had a good time. She was ditching her boyfriend, be all up in hood ass and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Some innocent people about to go to jail for something that your boyfriend done said.
This angered her boyfriend.
Yeah, but it's hard to call him innocent after so many... Anyway, here we go.
Who in response reported a case of rape and kidnapping to the police the next day. A warrant for Mystikal's arrest was issued, but Mystikal turned himself in as he wanted to clear his name. He was subsequently charged with rape and held at...
I didn't grape this time. That's what he's saying. He coming, he's like, I know about this, not this time.
The Caddo Correctional Center on a $3 million bond until February 14th, 2019, when he was able to post bond. Serene, on the other hand, had further backed her boyfriend's statement at the station. However, after investigations, on December 17th, 2020, the rape charges were dismissed due to lack of evidence.
I mean, how's it feel?
It feels good. It feels good.
So they probably knew he had these charges before and decided, oh, we gonna do a power play.
This is grateful for this opportunity to get my life back. You know, sometimes you gotta overlook the circumstances and walk with faith, man. You know, this thing could be a tomb where you're sitting there deteriorating, or it could be a cocoon where you can come out of that thing. It's a butterfly.
It was
Right,
alleged
he ain't do this.
Serene and her had ulterior motives, either attempting to exploit Mystikal for financial gain, or Serene supported her boyfriend's statement to shield him from potential consequences.
Only thing I did is made a phone call to a friend. I asked her, was she okay? She said she was okay. But if you telling me that you all right and ain't nobody did nothing to you, then why send some innocent people to jail? So yeah, I'ma say, well, you need to go up there and see what's going on and drop these charges, because some innocent people about to go to jail for something that your boyfriend done said. Because if she got raped, then everybody would have went to jail that damn day.
This last time, fam, the chick lied to her dude, bro. Dude, they was trying to get some money. They kept pushing his court date back. Every 3 months, he come to court, they push it back 3 more months. She not showing up to court, she in jail. She got a whole bunch of charges from theft, lying, prostitution. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that, though. Like, the media just keep saying he a rapist.
After beating this case 18 months behind bars, Mystikal's popularity soared. He got more love and trust from fans and critics alike,
Right.
but all that
Like,
was
you
about to
stop
change.
graping. Did he grape
July
again?
31st, 2022,
Allegedly.
Mystikal was arrested and faced a remarkable amount of charges. The story behind the charges was by far his most controversial. Not only did it involve his baby mama, but also the acts allegedly done in the incident.
Oh, man.
First at 6 o'clock, Mystikal, a well-known rapper on the wrong side of the law tonight, his third rape arrest over the past 2 decades.
Again?
I can't believe no baby mama shit. I don't know. I don't really see no serial rape going on with no baby mama. And I'm gonna say this, that first time it came from the outside, that second time it came from the outside, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. I feel like he was getting his life right, and that could never come from the outside no more. And this third time it came from the inside. He didn't see that coming.
Mystikal has 2 kids, Million and Michelle Tyler.
Okay.
The baby mama to his son, Million Tyler, is not publicly known and broke up with Mystikal a couple of years ago.
Okay.
The two had been co-parenting for over a decade. The woman showed up to his house unannounced on Saturday to discuss past finances with him. Bear in mind, Mystikal had a restraining order against her prior to their meeting that day. In their discussions, they had an argument after she asked him to send money to their son, who is an adult about 22 years old.
Okay.
Mystikal then at one moment decided to walk away into the bathroom for a little bit. When he came back, he was a whole different person.
She said that he seemed fine when they were initially talking. At some point, he stepped away, maybe to the restroom. He came back a completely different person. That was when he began to come on to her.
The warrant issued for his arrest the next day details Mystikal's alleged aggravated rape. The woman had cuts, bruises on her arms, leg, face, mouth, and neck, and hair yanked from her scalp. The warrant alleges Mystikal punched her, pulled her braids from her head, took her phone and keys to prevent her from leaving, choked her to the point she could not breathe, and forcibly raped her. However, Mystikal's lawyers disagree and say she made it all up when she didn't have her way.
He had a restraining order against this woman. She shows up unannounced, demanding $1,000 from him, and when he did not give her the $1,000, she said,
He look a little beat up himself. What's this over here? What happened?
"I'm going to say that you raped me," and that's what happened. I mean, this case is bogus.
What is interesting is when the deputies later found some of the woman's braids in the home, as well as an earring and a broken nail. The woman suffered bruises and cuts, and some of her wounds were consistent with rape. Mystikal was arrested and charged of first-degree rape, false imprisonment, domestic abuse battery by strangulation, simple robbery, and drug charges. Mystikal pleaded not guilty to all charges, but the judge ruled to hold him behind bars without bond because of his lengthy criminal record. And the woman reported she thinks he would do it again.
Took the judge about 30 minutes to come to that decision of not having a bond for Mystikal and keeping him in jail because of his lengthy criminal history and the fact that the victim in this case said she felt like he would do it again.
Mystikal is assured life in prison sentence if convicted of the rape charge. Currently, he is behind bars awaiting trial after a couple of delayed trials. A detail most people don't know is 3 weeks prior to the incident, another woman had told a man who lives along Mystikal Street that Mystikal had beaten her up.
What?
It was said the deputies were even called to the place, but it's unclear why they didn't even speak to Mystikal at the time. Shocking, right?
3 weeks ago, deputies were also called to Mystikal Street after a man says a woman came to his door alleging she was beaten by the rapper.
He's the victim in this circumstance?
He is the victim.
Just like he was last time.
Well, that's it.
That's crazy, y'all. Well, let me know what y'all think. Is Mystikal guilty of these crimes? Or did he just cop out? He's trying to get away. This is a very serious situation. I wish the best for all the victims. If they are victims. But with this current guilty plea, it doesn't look good for him. And how much time do you think he should receive? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please turn on your notifications so that you know when we drop.